Hi, welcome for our first video in English. I apologize for my accent, but you're welcome if you are, how can I say, gentle with us? Many thanks. On the cover you can see the Confused General. It illustrated the rules of Debelis Antiquitatis since the beginning 30 years ago. Here it's the cover in French, because we do this translation many years ago now. And for this Confused General, we decided to give him a life in the third dimension, especially with the STL files. Here we are on Chi2box, and now we are incorporate the STL files to make the support to send it after the slice to the printer. The printer that you can see running on the left corner upside. In Accelerate, of course. We do some maneuver. If you never saw any application to the slice, this is how works Chi2box. The files is for 15 millimeters, but you can rescale to 28 millimeters easily without any problem. The supports are made for many reasons. First, we want to produce the least waste as possible, and we want it will be really easy to remove the support, and if possible without any tools. This is what we done, and we offer the files for you can test it by yourself on your printer or any printer of your friends. You can find it on the website Wargaming 3D. We give the link in the comments, of course. Why do we do this? First, because we like this picture, because we are playing DBA from a long time ago, but because we are preparing our Kickstarter for the end of the 2022 springs to propose you our Gallic army in many pack for historical wargaming. Of course, package to play DBA, but you can play to any other kind of rule, of course. Especially if you will buy the STL files, you duplicate the miniatures as you want, but to propose to the people who were buying physical miniatures a good way to upgrade their current army, or to paint and have enough miniatures to do their first army for DBA or any other kind of rules, of course. Here is the duplication of the files on the board to send because sending to the print, of course. Actually, when we manage it correctly on all board for one run for the printer, we can do at least 16 miniatures on one run. This is just to show how it proceeds, but in fact I think you don't need all of them. Now, as you can see, you can sew the physical prints, and if I can do this with my big finger, I think you can do it by yourself with no more problem. As you see, we removed the support without any tools. That's done. And if I can do it, you can do it, of course. You can use tools if you prefer, naturally. And this Confused General is just an example. Here you can see miniatures for the Gallic army, horses for the chariot, foot warriors, a fence, Now you can see riders, because we decided to give the files with riders not linked with the horses, so you can dispatch them as you want, creating a lot of virus position. Here you can see riders and horses on the same, but in fact this is just a point of glue between the riders and each horses. You can choose horses and riders as you want. There is Overfoot, the Jesats, fighting nudes, Bearer for the musics, Chief, and so on. On Kickstarter, a total of around 80 different files will be available for all the army. It will be divided in 4 packs. The chariots, the horses and riders, the light infantry and the heavy infantry, creating many ways for the solid warband and fast warband if you are playing DBA rules. And because we don't forget the camp and the base camp, here you can find a blacksmith that I particularly love, a Celtic stones engraved, horses, fence, and so on. Just for information, the tools of the blacksmiths will be reduced because historically Gallic cannot produce a forge so big, so the miniature will be changed to be in accordance with the historical knowledge we have. Now this is the chariots. You can find riders and the warriors. This is the first one. Now we do them, and the miniature on the chariot will be do without any base. Here it's a first print, but it's a mistake. There is nothing for the horses. The miniatures paint are good, but not the print on that you can see now. This is the different part of the chariots. Wheel, timon, the board. On the final, you will saw in the Kickstarter that there is many parts, more parts than, because we made a javelin man and of course a chief. In the chariot pack there is 3 chariots. The pack concern only people who buy the miniature, that will buy the miniature, the physical miniatures, because if you buy the STL files you do as you want, of course. Of course, because it's a Kickstarter, there is some stretch goal and many surprises that I don't speak about for the moment. As for the Confused General, you can see that it's very easy to remove the support. Some of them will be a bit different with the video in the future. As you can see, for the bowman, for example, there is no support for the higher part of the bow to be more sure to not break it when you removed it, but it's very easy, even in this situation, even at the beginning of our test. Now it's a bit better, but this is a good idea about the final product we will propose you in few months, in few weeks, in few days. Of course, we will propose you some other video in a short future for the other part of the Kickstarter, of course. Here is the timon. For example, it will be changed in the position too, because the front of the timon will be higher on the printing board and the rear will be down because it's more efficient, for you can remove it without any kind of problem later. Here is the driver. There is a base for it on the video, but now we have decided to remove it for better final when you print it and you paint it. Here it's the up part of the board, as I can say. It's we change it now, but it's interesting to see the process and how we do for you can remove all of these supports. And because it could be a problem for the shipment, miniatures are not passed on a UV after the printing. So after you remove the support, it's better if you let your miniatures for 2, 3 or 4 days under the light of the sun for it finished completely to be hard. But it's not completely necessary. It's better, but it's not absolutely necessary. But we propose you to do like this because there is less break when you remove the support. I hope this video was interesting and I gave you some rendezvous soon for the following. Thank you very much. Ciao.